Is this the end of EVERGLOW? The girl group debuted 6 years ago, and now it is surrounded by more controversies than the number of albums they have produced. Yiren's recent claims about Yuehua's exploitative contracts have only added fuel to the fire, making it seem like the group is on the verge of collapse. Here's how Yuehua's choices turned a group full of potential into one fighting to stay afloat. On March 18th, Yiren privately shared with fans on Bubble that EVERGLOW has never received a single paycheck from their company, Yuehua Entertainment, since their debut. Yiren opened up about the group's upcoming tour, addressing concerns over the lack of new music. She made it clear that performing means everything to her, and despite the challenges, she's not ready to walk away from her idol career. But then came a shocking admission. She hasn't earned a single cent since EVERGLOW's debut. Even so, she reassured fans that the members were giving their all for the tour, determined to make it happen. She also expressed regret over the long wait for new music, fully aware of the frustration fans feel. When a fan questioned her claim, Yiren casually confirmed it, laughing off the harsh reality of being an idol with no paycheck. To say that fans were outraged would be an understatement, as they called Yuehua out for its slave contracts. How could a group with viral hits like Dun Dun, Bon Bon Chocolat, and La Di Da, songs that have racked up hundreds of millions of views, still not be paid? Many accused the company of blatantly exploiting the members and using them as money-making machines for the agency's other projects. The way things are going, it seems like EVERGLOW won't be making their comeback anytime soon. And to make matters worse, Yuehua is tight-lipped on the matter, to the point that the members themselves don't even know when their next release is going to be. During a March 21st live stream celebrating their debut anniversary, Yiren assured fans that they would see them again in their next comeback. But the mood shifted when EU chimed in, admitting they had no idea when that would actually happen. This prompted Sion to say, "CEO, are you listening? I want a Europe tour." The anniversary live stream was then deleted from Weverse, prompting fans to believe that it was due to the members directly asking for a comeback in front of an audience. With the company staying silent, fans can't help but assume that EVERGLOW is slowly fading into obscurity. It's frustrating to watch, especially for a group that once stood out in the K-pop scene. From day one, they weren't here to play it safe. While most girl groups leaned into cute or elegant concepts, EVERGLOW came in with power, intensity, and a sound that hit like a truck. They took elements usually seen in boy groups, strong bass, aggressive beats, and commanding stage presence, and made it completely their own. They weren't just another girl group following trends, they were setting them. EVERGLOW had everything to become K-pop's next big thing. So how did things go so wrong? If there is one thing EVERGLOW fans have learned over the years, it is that their agency, Yuehua Entertainment, has never properly managed them. From long hiatuses to poor promotions, it is clear that EVERGLOW has been pushed to the back burner in favor of the company's newer priority, TEMPEST, a boy group. Yeah, no one is really surprised. Fans have speculated for a while now that Yuehua has been funneling the money earned by EVERGLOW into TEMPEST's promotions. And when you look at the numbers, it is not hard to see why people think that. TEMPEST debuted in March 2022, and in just 2 years, they have already released 4 mini-albums and 1 single album. EVERGLOW, on the other hand, debuted 3 years earlier in 2019, yet they have been stuck with fewer comebacks and inconsistent scheduling. Even when it comes to music videos, TEMPEST has already caught up to EVERGLOW in quantity despite debuting much later. To be fair, it is understandable why Yuehua would want to push TEMPEST. The 4th-generation boy group scene is highly competitive, with groups like Stray Kids, ATEEZ, and TXT dominating the global market. TEMPEST, while not as big as those groups, is far from invisible. They have just as many music show wins as EVERGLOW, and have even taken home some award show wins. Yuehua likely sees potential in them and is pouring resources into making them a bigger name in the industry. But in doing so, EVERGLOW has seriously suffered. They were sidelined for over a year while Yiren pursued solo activities in China, and even after her return, promotions remained lackluster. Fans had to constantly push for a comeback, and when it finally happened, it felt rushed and underwhelming compared to the effort put into TEMPEST's releases. This has left many wondering if Yuehua even sees a future for EVERGLOW, or if they are simply using the group as a funding source for their boy group. It is a frustrating situation for fans who have stuck with EVERGLOW through years of inconsistent management. The group has shown time and time again that they have the potential to be a top-tier act, but without proper agency support, they are being held back. But unless Yuehua changes its approach, EVERGLOW risks becoming yet another mismanaged girl group left to fade away while their company chases after the next big thing. We don't even have to do a deep dive to see exactly where Yuehua's priorities lie. EVERGLOW's 2024 North and Latin America tour was enough to tell the critics that the group means business. Even American music critics couldn't help but rave about their innovation. But the tour also highlighted Yuehua Entertainment's continued neglect of the group. Fans at the Chicago concert praised the members for their effort. From live vocals to reworked choreography due to Aisha's absence, everything seemed perfect. Yet the production failures were glaring and the mismanagement mismanagement was evident from the start. The tour already suffered from canceled West Coast dates, and once the concert began, technical issues piled up. The sound mixing was poor, drowning out vocals with excessive bass. The translator system malfunctioned so badly that Onda had to step in. Even simple planned segments like a song guessing game failed due to equipment issues. Perhaps the most frustrating moment came during the encore when fans requested No Lie, only for the members to apologize since, as it turns out, Yuehua had only provided backing tracks for title songs. It seems like EVERGLOW is losing its grip on their international fans too. But fans also speculate that EVERGLOW's hiatus can also be blamed on the way the company handles scandals. When it comes to EVERGLOW, there's no controversy bigger than the one surrounding Yiren and her open support for China while working in South Korea. It all started on January 2nd, 2022 during a fan signing event. The group gathered to greet their fans for the new year, and as is customary in Korea, 5 of the 6 members bowed to show respect, but Yiren stood still and greeted fans with a traditional Chinese-style gesture instead. Now, in any other context, this might not have been a big deal, but in K-pop, where cultural sensitivity is a huge topic, this moment immediately sparked backlash. Many Korean fans were outraged, flooding social media with comments like, "If you refuse to do a Korean New Year's greeting, why are you still promoting here? And go back to China if you can't respect Korean traditions." Meanwhile, on Weibo, Chinese netizens saw Yiren's action as a proud moment, praising her for sticking to Chinese customs and refusing to bow. But this wasn't Yiren's first time being at the center of controversy. In 2019, EVERGLOW made an appearance on South Korea's National Defense TV, where they were seen performing and even giving a salute to the Korean army. This did not go over well in China. Reports later revealed that Yuehua was actually punished by Chinese authorities for allowing one of their artists to be part of a South Korean military event. Yiren later created a personal Weibo account where she set her profile picture as the Chinese national flag, seemingly making a statement about where her loyalties lay. Now, it is easy to look through that gimmick as fans immediately understood that Yiren was just trying to stay safe in her country, which made a lot of sense. Even the Korean fans supported her through a PR crisis. But then everything changed. Back in 2020, she voiced support for the Xinjiang Cotton Campaign, a movement that was linked to allegations of forced labor in China's Xinjiang region. She openly agreed with a post from People's Daily, a Chinese state-run newspaper, emphasizing that she prioritized Chinese culture above everything else. Yiren's controversial statements were everywhere on the internet, and it seemed like Yuehua was taking a step back from the spotlight to save face. But the agency did too little too late. Things escalated when she was found supporting a slogan that framed China as the saviors of Korea during the Korean War. This was a massive problem because historically, Chinese forces actually supported North Korea. The war left lasting scars, and many Korean families are still grappling with its generational trauma. And to make matters worse, she liked that slogan during June, South Korea's Veterans Month. That timing made it all the more painful, and even today, fan forums are bringing that controversy up. At this point, it is clear that Yiren had become one of the most polarizing figures in K-pop. This ongoing tension didn't just affect Yiren, it put the entire group in a difficult position. Some Korean fans started withdrawing support from EVERGLOW altogether, while international fans were caught in the middle, unsure of how to navigate the situation. And here's the thing, controversies like this aren't uncommon when it comes to foreign K-pop idols, especially Chinese members. But with EVERGLOW already struggling under Yuehua Entertainment's management, Yiren's actions only made things more complicated. Some fans argue that Yiren's agency, Yuehua Entertainment, played a huge role in this. At the time, EVERGLOW was on hiatus, and Yuehua saw an opportunity to push Yiren's solo career in China. She got modeling gigs, performances on Chinese shows, and a solo debut. But in China's entertainment industry, being openly pro-China is pretty much a requirement for success. Many believe that the agency may have posted these statements under her name, whether she fully agreed with them or not. But despite their efforts, her career in China never really took off. And so, when things didn't work out, she came back to EVERGLOW, who, by the way, had been on an extended hiatus the entire time she was gone. Some fans speculate that Yiren has been dragged through the mud unnecessarily. In fact, it is the group's agency that is letting her career go to waste so they can finally disband EVERGLOW to fund other projects. No matter what the truth is, Yuehua might have just ended 6 promising careers.